Many educators, families, and students are taking a hard look at the current educational system and finding there is a significant gap between what is and what ought to be if we want our students to be prepared for the future. The 4 keys to college and career readiness provide a framework and common language to use as we work to close this gap by developing systems that support all students. Based on over a decade of research and 20 years of experience in the public education system, our founder, Dr. David Conley, developed the 4 keys so students, families, and educators can identify and prioritize the skills that are needed to be successful after high school. Let's take a few minutes to walk through the 4 keys framework. Think, know, act, and go. First, let's look at think. The classic way of thinking about this is critical thinking and inquiry. That said, you should also consider ideation, creativity, innovation, and design thinking. We also include communication skills in think, such as the ability to communicate effectively using different methods and adapting communication to different audiences. Ultimately, think is about solving problems and addressing issues through versatile and intentional thinking patterns. Every school talks about these being important skills, but rarely share common language for how to describe them. Know is classic content knowledge and skills such as reading, writing, and math. These are the skills that the system has deemed so important that if you're a student with a disability or an English language learner, you are often required to take extra classes in math and English, which can negatively impact your ability to engage in other curricular options that cater to developing the think, act, and go skills, which we will discuss in a minute. It's our opinion that an overinflated value of know skills is part of structural racism that masks the brilliance found in communities where English is not the first or predominant language. We'd also argue that this narrow focus is the driver behind students with disabilities consistently having the lowest achievement rates, including graduation, across the country. The system tends to fixate on students' challenges and weaknesses to the exclusion of playing to their strengths. ACT can best be expressed as ownership of learning, the ability to be self-directed and goal-oriented. It also includes the ability to collaborate, as well as some classic academic behavioral skills such as note-taking and time management. The 4th and final key is go. In Conley's original work, it was all about privileged knowledge, the fact that our country's post-secondary education system is the single most complex system in the world. While this is still part of Go, Go has expanded to include elements of student agency, self-awareness, self-knowledge, and an understanding of who you are in the context of the world around you, including your family and your community. Because of this, we include leadership skills, advocacy skills, self-care, and healthy habits, as well as skills like kindness and empathy in Go. In order to prepare students to be lifelong learners, they need the ability to think deeply about what they're doing, know contextually why they learn, act purposefully to achieve their goals, and go successfully through life's transitions. Communities who apply this framework develop environments in which all students are prepared to succeed beyond high school. Using the 4 keys as a lens allows school and district leaders to examine existing efforts, resources, initiatives, and programs to give balance to their approach for supporting and preparing all students to become lifelong learners.